It is past 9 o'clock on a Saturday, and all the regulars are shuffling in. You're here with Rick Apit, and it's time for some XFL fun again. Trying that out. Welcome, everyone. Happy Saturday night. Trying something out. Trying it for part two. First live didn't go too well. That's why we have editing. So we're going to see how this one goes. So welcome. Last week, if you caught parts of it, we had the Battle of Orlando. That was actually won by the Rage, 42-21, and it's crazy. Guardians franchise is terrible. Logo is fantastic. And it's fitting that with the Guardians of Orlando, that tonight we're going to run it back. We're going to do the New York Guardians against the New York Hitmen. We're going to see who should advance. And also, we had a West Coast battle as well, a little East and West. And this one, we had the Wildcats against the Extreme. Wildcats ended up with a 31-10 win over the Extreme. Tommy Maddox just did not show up. He 20% completion percentage, 3 picks. Terrible game for him. If you haven't had a chance, definitely go take a look and watch it. And without further ado, let's cue the intro. Let's start this thing. All right. So, like I said, tonight it's all about the battle. We're going to have 2 battles, another East and West. Like I said before, we're going to go run it back East. It's almost fitting that it's Saturday night live. We're kind of close to New York, so let's run it. We're going to do the Hitmen against the Guardians and see how that would have been if the teams, decide which team will represent New York. And one of the teams that everyone talks about in the conversation for the XFL and expansion are Seattle. You have the Seattle Sea Dragons. You also have the Seattle Dragons. So those two will meet in the second. What I did was last time I felt like it was a little choppy. If that was one of the issues. So what we're going to do is I recorded the games this past week. And we're going to watch them together. We're going to see how this works. So I hope you got some popcorn, got a nice beverage. Trying to hide the label there. But I hope you're all ready to go because I'm ready. So let's run it back. Let's see what we got. All right, we have our main screen here. Tecmo Super XFL. In case you live under a rock or hang out with Dwayne, I've created Super XFL and Super UFL. I will be dropping a new one this season, but I like this. I did some modifications, and we'll talk about it as it goes. So, like I said, we're running it back. Recorded it this past week. We're gonna see if this actually helps us. So it's kind of like a watch along. Everybody gets to watch, find out what's going on. And to make this fair, it's not me playing. It's computer. So you can't say, "Hey, I wanted this way," or "I wanted it this way." No, I'm running it computer. So it's as fair as possible. So can't say, "Hey, you chose this team. I'm picking the teams." But we're going with that. So we got the title screen here. Because the Hitman and the Guardians, they all both end up having black. This is going to be interesting. You're going to have the Hitmen are going to be rocking their road jerseys. Well, the Guardians are rocking their road jerseys as well. But it's a white jersey against a gray jersey. Personally, love that gray jersey on the Guardians. It's different. I know Seattle has one, or had one. I don't know if they still have it in circulation, but something about a gray road jersey is just great. Way better than that bone color that the Rams used back in the day. You got our logo, the logos of what the games are played on for the UFL, and our fancy field. Perez, the Spring King. Wasn't that bad of a game too. You finally got him. But yeah, MetLife. I think if they did go back to New York, it can't be MetLife. MetLife is a huge stadium. Seats about 80,000, and it doesn't really go with what their plan is now. They're going with smaller fields. So I think if you did something like this, you could do the Red Bulls. Ooh, nice run. Still third and nine though. Let's see. The computer tends to run when it's third down. Oh, they pass. And a wide open man. Pearson, I believe too. I gotta check my facts. I believe he caught the first touchdown for the New York Guardians in their history. AFN in the end zone. In case you didn't catch last week, I am part of the Alternative Football Network, so rocking their end zones. A little support for them. Check us out. We're on Facebook. Ooh, hold on, folks. We have almost had a good return. The clock here on kickoffs does not run, so you have a good return. If you only got a few seconds left, you could just call it quits real quick. So, yeah, AFN, feel free to check them out. Facebook, X, Insta, we're everywhere. We have guys representing the teams this season. Some of them are season ticket holders. Some of them are just diehard fans. So, great group. Highly recommend it. And look at this. Richardson. Wally Richardson running it in. So, does anyone remember back in the day how the Hitmen were? I was I was fairly young when you had that start with the XFL. I was a wrestling fan, as you see behind me. Got the retro and brand new WWE logo. So huge wrestling fan. So when the XFL came out, 2001, definitely had my attention. Look at that run. It's a pretty good game though, 7-all. Oh, that's a bomb. Ooh, almost at his guy. Second and 10. So I'm going to post a poll starting tomorrow because there's 13 teams here. Now, a lot of the matchups work, but some of them do not. So, ooh, Pearson with the just short of a second touchdown for the game. 3 seconds left. Will they get it off in time? Nope. No. At the end of 1-7-all. Look at that. Richardson's 100% completion percentage. Perez only 50. But Perez is thrown for 100 yards. Oh, if you look at the hit, man, they've only 36 yards of offense. That's kind of crazy. But going back to what I was saying, There's 13 teams, so it's a little tough. Some of the matchups didn't really work. So it's up to you guys if you want to have a battle of Vegas, of the Outlaws of old against the Vipers. Same thing here, like where it's 01 against 23, or 23 in this case. Or do we want to do it where it's a battle of the Vipers? So you have Tampa against Vegas. So I'm gonna leave that up to you guys, and that will leave us with a team. Someone's gonna get a bye into the next round. So do you want to go with the Enforcers of Chicago or the Demons of San Francisco? So you guys will decide that bracket for next week. So I'm looking forward to that. Richardson, plenty of time. Good game so far, though. 14-7. Oh, in for the touchdown, and we are tied up. 14 all. So it's funny, and actually, one of the UFL groups posted today about how the point after for the season, they're still going with no kicks, still 1, 2, and a 5. And I confirmed that, by doing my research for this. Ooh, good return, McKay. Do we have a full? No. Well, like I said, it goes back to took no time off the clock. Now can they punch it in? That's going to be the thing. In the like I said, they're sticking to the same thing. No kicks or points. If you actually go back even to when the Hitman were around, back in 2001, um, still point after touchdown was equivalent to the NFL's 2 point conversion. And Perez, plenty of room, and he's in. 14 or 21 14. So yeah, so it's kind of crazy to think that you had everyone consistently no kicking for a point. So, but due to Tecmo being the way it was developed back in the day, there was never a 2 point conversion. Um, existing at least. I know there's codes. If you even go through the original coding of this game, you see there's penalties. But anyone who's played this game has never had a penalty. It's not like you're playing the Chiefs where you're flagged for 15 yards for sneezing. Ooh, big sack. 21, 3rd and 18. Got a good fake. He's got a man open. Whoa, beautiful touchdown right there. On 3rd and 18, ties it up. That was awesome. Absolutely awesome. So right now, welcome in if you're just joining. You're watching on either X or YouTube. Ooh, well, we have another score before halftime. Now, the computer in this game is very conservative. Like, it doesn't understand now in this game. I've made it where kicks, there's no time or anything. So it'll get to a point where it thinks, oh, I have to kick the ball, kick a field goal, with say like 15 or 30 seconds left. But then they're just giving the other team the ball with a chance to really score if they have a good kick return. 17 seconds. And right on cue. So you'll see that. Field goal's good. They're up 24-21. Still leave some time on the clock now. So they still have 13 seconds. A good return. They got a good shot getting at the end zone or kicking the field goal. Give me tough though. Going from the 30. Plenty of time. Oof. He just threw it to the wrong jersey. So halftime here. I guess you would say in MetLife Stadium. It's 24-21. The Guardians are beating up on the Hitmen. So I wouldn't say beating up. It's pretty close right now. The yards, I mean, definitely Hitmen are passing, not even rushing the ball. So Guardians need to fix their D. Pretty decent stats though for both. And it's crazy if you look at the receivers. Basically, each have two receptions for 60 yards, taking most of the receiving yards. But hope everyone's having a good night. Saturday night in my area, we are having some nasty weather. So I was just figured with this week going on, it's a perfect time to come on. Nice touchdown there. Hitman strike right off the bat. 27-24. 28-24. So that interception didn't really hurt, luckily. And they took what? 30 less than 30 seconds off that clock. It's crazy to think. Guardians have a decent shot here. Starting from the 40. They're going to have to punt it, so they went from being up at the half with 3 points. Now they trail by 4. And this is going to be huge. So in this game, similar to the current rules for the UFL, touchbacks, you get the 35-yard line. Wide open Davis is just wreaking havoc on that defense. Third touchdown. 34-24. I doubt they missed the extra point, folks. 35-24. McKay. Decent run back. So I wonder what the Guardians' approach will be. They're down by 11 now. Perez taking it for himself. Wow. He's trying to be like Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson right there. Big sack right there. There we go. He's got his man. Makes it a little bit closer now. Be 35-31. Nice return there as well. Let's see. Are the Hitmen going to strike one more time for the end of the quarter? And they will. Wow. $42 to 31. That's huge. And just stop and think that the Guardians had a 24 to 21 lead. It's huge. Put up 21 points on them. Third quarter alone. Davis, 187. He has more yards. More yards than the Guardians have thrown for. That's nuts. And 4 completions, he's got at least 3 touchdowns. Nice return from McKay. 30, 20. We've yet to have a kickoff. We've yet to have a kickoff. I'm looking forward to it. Second that happens, it's going viral. Down by 11. They definitely have to punch it in here. Found a hole. We're down to the 5-yard line. Ooh. Now we're backed up to the 11th. Big sack there. Definitely not something he needed. And another big sack, and this is going to be put him out. Oh, it did put him out field goal range. Wow, first and that's huge. You get down to the 5 and you don't score, and you're down by 11. Like, I'm not a math person, but they score here, it might be over. Hey, they stopped Davis from scoring a touchdown. Congrats to them. Oof. Definitely finds their guy again. Now this is almost starting to be a runaway. Gonna be at 49 to 31. That's a 18-point difference. Yikes. Might be tough for them to do this here. Oh, one man a beat. Do we have our first? Nope. No kickoff return. I was hoping for that return, but just didn't happen. He's got to find his men. Has to find his men. I mean, after last time too, to get all the way down here and they didn't do anything, to now struggling again in the red zone, shows that the Hitman had some good defense. Yeah, 4th and 11. Couple men open. There we go. 49 will be 38 basically. Decent return. Davis, he's got had a few men to beat, but unfortunately they got him. Wally Richardson strikes again, gets the first down there. He's making it tough for this team to come back. Ooh, with the reverse, open space. That's it. 55. Now 55 right now is the current record for most points in this little XFL EXP experiment we're going on. Definitely the highest point game too, which is pretty awesome for our third matchup. All over that too. Now, when I would play, I would if I'm behind, I'm chucking that ball. I'm not running it. I'm looking for anyone open, just going. That one. And there's your final 56-38. You know, Hitman definitely just a 356. 356 yards. Davis had 222 more receiving yards than the whole Guardian team combined. Not pretty. But hey, somebody from New York is advancing. And Perez, leading rusher. Even combined, I think it's just put some. If Perez, I think combined, equals 222. Yeah, that puts him at 220. I'm not a math person, but that's 2 222 combined for Perez. So now we go to our second matchup. We're going to fly way across to Seattle. Next to T-Mobile Park, former home in the Kingdom. And we're going to go with Seattle against Seattle. Now, interesting part about this too, in the original game, with the way out when they had teams like this was a spot for the Chiefs. Now in the game, you actually only could have a red jersey. So first time I did this, not knowing, I had it as the orange jersey. So in some of the cut screens, you would play as have them in their white jerseys, but we got the orange. So Definitely interesting. I did fix that for the second one. But yeah, Sea Dragons are rocking their away jerseys. Dragons are rocking their blues. I loved all their jerseys. That whole situation, perfect. The green dragon logo, and you have Gordon returning for the Sea Dragons, and he's an absolute beast. So all these players are based off of their stats, so with his stats, considering how they were with the formulas and everything, he's one of the highest rated in the game for running. So he's got some definite speed. But what was everyone's favorite teams? I'm curious on that. Were you look at that good opening? Were you fans of Seattle, New York, or who's your current team? So we'd love to hear that. Down to the one. Flat. It's good. 3-0. Remember too with the Dragons, the first game. Remember watching them was Dragons Defenders. I loved it. I thought that was absolutely awesome. Got a man open, Silvers. If you look at that logo midfield, the XFL, it's the X from 23, it's the F from 20, and it's the L from 01. Little tribute to all three leagues. There we go, tie game. Oh, do we? I'm waiting. I cannot wait to see a kickoff return. If he didn't die for that catch and he caught it normal, guaranteed he's gone here. Danucci with the run. Danucci was a great quarterback. That Seattle team was completely stacked. They just had a bad situation because of the tiebreakers. Makes you wonder what would have happened. If Seattle actually gets in there, you know, does when they come back with that after um, merger into the UFL, does Seattle stick around? Nice touchdown there too. Dude, Jakir Pearson. 10-3. Here we go. Oof. Almost. He almost was gone. That was a huge sack. This game's moving quick too. 49. Oh, oh, he's got some room. 20 seconds left, first quarter. Let's see if this is the last play of the quarter for you. Going with the sneak. That was just, oh, I thought would have run off the clock. They're just super excited to get that one more playoff. Wow. Pays off for them. Nice touch on Austin Pro. So we're going to go into first quarter tied up. Last game we were tied up too, and look what happened. Love that logo. All my socials are right there. Media, YouTube, X, Tribal. You guys are watching. I did post this link on Facebook too, so might be watching there too. But thanks for coming along, hanging out with me tonight. Nucci posting 100% completion percentage, 77 yards. And they have 4 first downs too, which is kind of crazy. No, on Flash Gordon, make it happen. This season I will be doing more Tecmo stuff coming out. We'll be running some UFL 25. Working on that, working some cool things on that. Nice interception there. Got a few other things going on. Can't spoil it. Want to keep you guys all interested. Here we go. Oof. He just ran right into a wall. Yeah, guy over in the middle open. He's just gonna take it for himself. Nice first down. See if I can get some stats for you on the Dragons. So 2 seasons, 8-7 was a pretty good record. That's 2020, and that's 23 as a franchise. And the Seattle Dragons of 2020 only put together a 1-4 record. Nice. Well, but that field goal puts them in the lead. The Seattle Sea Dragons, that's where they went 7-3. If you're ever looking for any stats for spring football, I use Football Database. Highly recommend it. They have UFL, USFL, XFL. Great tool to have. So Seattle's only victory in a 2020 season was actually on this date, February 15th, and it was a home game for them. They won 17-9. And the funny part was they were actually trailing in that 9-0. And there's a touchdown right there for the Sea Dragons to take the lead. Pearson again getting himself on the board. He's got two of the team's 2 touchdowns or have his name on them. So they actually Tampa had a 9-0 lead in that game, the Vipers. And Reynolds had a 68-yard pass from Brandon Silvers, put him up 9-6. Of course, two. They went for 2, they missed, and then they picked off and had an interception return, made it 14-9, and that was it. They won 17-9 in that game. So crazy That, you know, on this day in history. So that's kind of cool. I am running some XFL history videos too. Did a great one off of the last season. I might do it on Mondays. I dig that. Put a little clip or two from the game or something like that. A lot of fun. Silvers get sacked to end the quarter. 17-3. Danucci's still throwing 80% completion percentage, and that has a pick. That's pretty impressive. The fact that they're leading with 5 first downs is nuts. Close game though. It's nice. 17-13. Each running back too. 3 carries each. One's got 13 yards. One's got 31. So now we are at the start of the third quarter. Nice first down. Hard part is with this game, with 8 plays, it gives a little bit of a chance. If you catch on to the patterns that the other person's doing, like a computer, I hate to say this, is very predictable, as you see there. And in the last game too with the Guardians, they kept on wanting to run bootlegs with Perez and smarten up. Wide open though. 17-13. Such a high scoring game here. Wow. So I would have actually gone for it on this point in the game. Like I said, the computer forgets sometimes that how things are. So I mean, they gave up the ball right there, but especially with the touchbacks at 35. And I personally like that rule. Really makes it where you have to go for it. I understand, they don't want people punting too much. I love the fourth down situations. I think fourth and 12 or 15, how they did it last year, Memphis against San Antonio. Oof, humble. And the Dragons get it right back pretty much where they got it. They gave it up. I think that was huge last year. It made the game a lot better. Ooh, that was dicey. Would have not gone for that. He's pitching it into a wall. There's Reynolds. Reynolds, like I mentioned before, he was the one who key to that Dragons victory. So if they're punting right here, definitely touchback. So the game 35, pretty much where they got it before. But it's funny when you play this, as you see now we're at the end of the third quarter. Decent stats. I feel like Danucci didn't even throw. I feel like they only did was run because they each had 3 last time. So yeah, they only just ran the ball. But if you know the rules in the games, you could play way better in this game. But the computer is going off of how it usually is, with kicks and everything. way this game's going, though, one more touch by Sea Dragons, I think, makes it happen. Big third down. Now, if this is a touchback, it's going to be another starting at 35. But yeah, if you guys ever pick this up, you guys could download this from techmobowl.org. Um, I'll post it on my social media tonight too, in case anyone's wants to play it themselves. But yeah, different things. No kickoff. No clock on the kickoffs. Touchbacks are 35. So some rules are as close as I can with the XFL, especially with the way this game from the 90s was developed. So I would love to put a 2-point conversion in there. I would have. There you go. Big interception. Yeah, with 2 minutes left, up by 3, you could just run out the clock, score a touchdown, you're good to go. He's got him. There you go, man. Open into the AFN end zone. Great. Has a great ring to it. AFN end zone. Check us out, guys. You won't be disappointed. 24-13. Now this is the good part with no clock in the kickoff. So the clock's not moving. You get a good return right here. You're good. Pretty good. 7 points here makes it a 4-point game. So let's see what happens. Silvers wide open. I would take timeout right now. Yep. Got minute 15. Score here. Try doing the onside. And you fumble it. Ooh. And that's going to be the game. 46 seconds left. Sea Dragons could just run the ball out here. Stay in bounds and you're good. Yeah. Dragons have used up their timeouts, so unless anything major happens here, Sea Dragons are going to be the first team to advance from the 23 season. And that is it. Your final 24-13 from Seattle. Nucci, great game. Pretty competitive too. Wasn't until the Dragons with some fumbles, interception that definitely was costly. Definitely costly turnovers. But that's your final. So 24-13. This is, I'm Rick Apit, part of the Alternative Football Network. Take a look at us online. You have Facebook. You have X. One of our guys just did an interview this past week with one of the defensive coaches for Memphis Showboats. So we're trying to get some really good interviews happen, some different gameplay. But we're locked in. We're ready for the season. We hope you are too. Thanks for coming tonight. Thanks for, it's snowing out here. Nothing better to do. So appreciate everyone watching. And like I said, next week I'm going to post that stuff. You guys will decide if it's going to be the Battle of Las Vegas or the Battle of the Vipers. You're going to determine what team gets the bye. And whatever 2 teams are left, we'll play. So definitely looking forward to it. And after that, we're down to our final 8. Our final 8 teams to see who should be considered as the expansion team in the XFL conference, or just who knows what they're going to do with the UFL, if they're going to keep it XFL or USFL conferences, but we will determine who gets in. So thanks so much for watching tonight. Appreciate it. Look online to Facebook and X for the polls this week and Insta, and enjoy your night. Enjoy your weekend. Take care.